Welcome back, everybody. This is My Journey 4K. We are back in IMSA in the Dallara P217. Let's get into it. Looks like we started in 6th. Is the case. Up to 5th early, car losing control. Strength of the field today is a 23-24. We're coming into this race with an 18-19 rating. Slow hypercar off to the side of the track. Ooh, another slow hypercar. Turned sideways there on the side of the track. It looks like there's somebody with a similar paint scheme to ours. We're in the number 16, currently 5th in our class. This is a 35-minute race. We'll need to stop once at least for fuel. It is multi-class racing. We have the GTP starting to catch up to us. We're in the LMP2 class. The GTP should be faster. We expect them to pass us in just a little bit. They're probably working on getting tires at the temp. This is an A license requirement for entry. There's also the GT3 class. We'll see those cars in a little while. We'll eventually have to catch and pass them at some point. Pit window will open in about 10 minutes. Ooh, another car off to the side of the road. I think that might have been GTP car. GTP car behind us going wide off the track. Probably still dealing with cold tires or perhaps an issue with the car itself. Looks like we're still sitting 5th in our class, trying to catch 4th, not too far ahead. We can see the leaders just ahead of us there. Not sure what happened with the GTP car behind us. Still trying to run down the LMP2 car in front, about a second behind, I think. Smoke up ahead, LMP2 car off on the side of the track, coming back on in front of us still. There's that GTP car behind another LMP2. They're really struggling. Less than a second to the car in front now. They were off the track not too long ago. We'll see if we can't continue to close that gap. Car in front looks like is starting to catch the other one. Let's see, that'll be 4th, catching 3rd. Currently 5th in our class. We started the race in 6th. We can see him start to catch up. Then battling might create an opportunity for us. GTP car and the other LMP2 car behind us is quite a ways back still. We are less than a second behind the car in front, going a little bit wide there maybe. Picking up a little bit of dirt, trying to close the gap and get around third place. Hopefully slowing both of them down so we get an opportunity here. Heated battle up ahead again. Less than a second behind the car in front. Battle for third. Pretty much a three-car battle here. Not many cars I see in front or behind us. We're kicking out the tail end a little bit, trying to really push it to catch up and keep up with these guys. GT3 traffic coming up. Looks like we're still fifth in our class, trying to run down fourth. BMW GT3 just ahead, slowing some cars down. We're not coming into this one on the best line. We might be okay. Traffic will give and take. We're into the pit window now. We haven't decided to make our stop yet. I don't think we will. Still fifth in our class, about a second behind third, going through the GT3 traffic. Looks like it's cleared up a little bit, maybe that's all of it. No, it looks like I can see some more GT3 cars just ahead. Still about a second behind third place. Trying to run them down. We did close the gap a little bit there, maybe. Looks like we're catching and passing second in the GT3 class now. One more to get by. Lost maybe a little bit of time to the cars in front. We'll see. Cars in front, nose to tail. That is the battle for third. We're a little more than a second behind, but we're getting back in it. I think there's one more GT3 car to pass. That might help us out. We could have a really good pit stop too to help us close the gap, or the battle might allow us to get that closed as well. Wish we were a little closer if they were battling side by side though. Car in fourth is looking to get by now. We're not too far behind. This battle should allow us to catch up a little bit. This is such a technical track, still fifth in our class. Fourth is having a hard time getting by third right now. Just a little over 20 minutes into the race. Pit window will be closing soon. We'll see what happens here. second behind the car in front, battling for third. Fifth in our class currently. We're going to need to pull into the pit soon. We'll see how that goes. Has gone off. Trying to come back on now. We're going to be side by side. They hit us in the side. Oh, contact with the car. Went off. I think that's a second off track like that. Currently up to fourth in our class. Called an unsafe re-entry there. They had plenty of room on the track out there. They came back on and hit me. Kind of amazingly. They are back there somewhere about a second back now. We're a little more than a second back from third place, currently fourth in our class. Needing to make our pit stop soon. We'll probably get this damage repaired. Coming in now, I think. It looks like we're going to stay out. The car behind is pulling in. We're really pushing it on the fuel, I think. Some more GT3 traffic just ahead. The car in front just got by. Barely in time. We're trying to chase down third now. I think a little bit of smoke there. Didn't see anything though. Giving the GT3 car all the room they need. Taking that inside line. Looks like we're going to stay out one more lap. I think we're still fourth in our class. We're up to third at the moment. Pushing it on fuel, we're gonna have to pull in soon, probably after this lap. Guess we're not feeling the damage if we took any. Maybe the other car took all the damage and just hit us on the side. We're okay on that side. Starting to run into some more GT3 traffic now, getting by a BMW. We've got a Porsche just ahead. Currently third in our class. I think we're coming in now. There we are, pulling into the pits. Decent stop, I think. Car in front just taking off as we pull in. And we're off. Flashing our lights to the GT3 car just ahead so they know they've got somebody not far behind. Fairly clear track. Hypercar going around the LMP2 car that hit us going off track a few seconds back now. We pulled into the pits in third. Porsche Hypercar starting to catch us now. As we catch and pass a BMW GT3 car, fourth in their class, going a bit wide with the GTP behind them. Hypercar's taking its time catching up and passing us here. Probably quite hard. This is such a windy track. They probably haven't taken their pit stop yet. I'm assuming. We get to really push it close to the end here. I think we pushed it on fuel. A little more than a second to the LMP2 car behind us. We'll see what place we're in when we cross the line here. Pulled in the pits in third. Looks like we're still in third somehow. Thought somebody pulled in early. It must have been because of damage. I don't think we had much damage, or if we did, it was repaired. Hypercar is starting to catch us now. In the GTP class, not in the same class as us. We don't need to block their way. We are starting to catch the GT3s as well. Third in our class. We started the race in sixth. Worked our way up. Had a good pit stop, I think. So we came in third and came out in third. Car did hit us on the side. It didn't seem to have affected us. You can see the car behind us right now. The yellow, red, and white LMP2 car. Catching a Porsche GT3 now. Just a few minutes remaining in the race. How many laps we do will depend on where the leader is when time expires. all three classes in one shot here with the BMW GT3 and the Acura Hypercar with our LMP2 car. Trying to get away from the LMP2 car behind us and open up that gap a little bit more. It seems they closed it just a little bit with some of this traffic maybe. A little bit luckier than we did. Just a few minutes remain in the race now. A couple laps to go, I think. Porsche GT3 just ahead. A bit of a cat and mouse game right now. We're currently third in our class, trying to avoid fourth. Flashing our lights hard for the GT3 just ahead. And they know we're coming into this very fast back end straight into these fast curves here. We want to try and maintain the distance to that car behind. You can see them there. Just about a second behind, I think. Time is or has expired. I think this is the last lap here. We just need to hold them off for one more and we will go home with some medal. Currently in third in our class. I can't really complain about getting the bronze trophy. We just need to keep it clean. Very tough track to do that on, though. Really technical. A lot of curves, a lot of hills, and a lot of braking and gas. I think this is the last lap, though. Should see the checkered flag soon. A little more than a second to the car behind us. There's the checkered flag. We're going to celebrate that third place. Started in 6th, finished 3rd. Our rating went from an 1819, we gained 48 points. We're up to an 1867 now. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.